TGIF Warriors, Moses will come down from the mountain today. So I don't know, in Jackson Hole, maybe Moses has to go up the mountain. I'm not sure, but he'll bring the Ten Commandments with him today. How you doing, Blake? Everyone doing all right? AJ, Tom, Steve, Mike came in. How are you? Hugo, Monir, Will, Hugo, Brand's here. Marcus, Linda Lyons is here. Parth is here. And, well, hi, Paul. Will everyone join me in happy birthday song to Blake? He's turning 39 today. So
39 every year.
so anyway, happy birthday, buddy. And
Thanks, man.
everyone ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Blake. Happy birthday to you. And many
Aw,
more,
thanks,
buddy.
coach.
Yeah,
Appreciate
and
that.
they're throwing a whole party, especially for Blake in Jackson's Hole.
Are they? Well, all right. I think they should listen to Blake. He should be up there. There should be someone from Forex Analytix giving all these heavyweights some good advice. Yeah, all right, everyone. So how's everyone going to prepare for, Blake, I was thinking about, I was going to take a position, I don't know, about 10 minutes ago, and just my, you know, um, prudence, which never used to get the better of me. It was always my aggressive nature got the better of me. Said, why am I going to trade a binary event, like get positioned right in front of a binary event? My style is more to react to what happens instead of trying to be positioned correctly on the initial reaction, and I was going to take a short in the dollar. So when we go around the horn, I've done nothing and I'm pretty flat. So, K-Man, why don't we start with you, buddy? How are you
Yeah,
this
I'm full steam ahead, all positions, 200%. No, I mean,
Yeah,
I've been okay. I've got a cross or two in the books, but very little in open dollar positions right now. Because as we said also on the flow show, you can be long or short, but if your stops are too close, you can get done both sides of the market today.
yeah,
So this is one where I'll rather react than
yeah.
pre-position.
All right. So then it's 3 hours from now, correct?
Two,
Two?
two
Okay.
hours from now.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, that's going to be the
Well, I mean,
party.
you could wait for 3 hours there and then just come in and pick up the pieces.
Yeah, see what happens
No
after the
shame in
dust
there.
set. Yeah,
Which I might.
Well, yeah, I mean, really, Blake, there's no shame in there, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I'm not getting any, great signals. I think Nvidia continues to be under pressure. It had a bad week, and the semis had a bad week, and Bitcoin had a bad week. So we'll see. And Nvidia, even with the S&P's up 11 or 12, is going to come in about $2 lower. Okay, like a little gap there. So this is a weakness. And I think that 155, 150, I think there'll be good buying opportunities, but I would wait to be long Nvidia if you want to be long. And I was telling people to buy puts up here. So we'll see. 150 is my target. I think it's a previous and this is, the way if where Nvidia goes, I think is where the market's going to go, right? So here we go. 153 was a high that held for quite some time when the market was peaking last year. Um, Nvidia was not making new highs. You'd have to go back to August of 24. So that's my take on equities. and all the grains are acting good. Seems different this time. Look at this. It's a daily, but 4 hour, they all look good. So if
Yeah,
people are worried about inflation now, and look how tame grains have been since the initial initiation of the war in Ukraine. Uh, very long basis, and see where they were and where they are.
yeah,
So if we get a bull market in grains, can you imagine what's going to happen to food prices? Because
yeah.
they're very important in the food processing business. So just something that's happening. Here's beans. Beans are the leader, and this is it failed this time. It attempted it. I don't think it will this time. I think we'll break out over 11. It's about 50 cents away. So uh,
Some
take
great,
it.
great points, Dale. Great
Yeah.
points.
So that's the way the market looks to me. Uh, well, let's take guesses about what he might say. The market's obviously hoping for hints of a rate cut in September.
Mm.
Do you think that he's going to mention anything about what they're going to do with rates at the next Fed meeting in this speech today?
Who are you asking?
You,
Um,
whoever answers me.
well, I mean, we were discussing obviously this point in length. It may that he stays completely mum, in which case the Doves will be disappointed. But he may just even leave the door open to 25 BPs, but take 50 off the table, which we are expecting now is like just under 70% chance of a rate cut in September, which would in fact not change very much to the overall picture, even if they cut due to increased worries surrounding the jobs market, for instance. But yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, he may say whatever. I'm not sure. Okay, there's hope in the market that he talks about a rate cut,
Yeah.
but if you look at the dollar market itself, it has corrected quite a bit, and I'm not sure whether there are still a lot of people, the short and the short medium term players. I think they have bought back a lot of their shorts. The long termers maybe a different thing because they play something different, but. Yeah, I don't think we're going into this meeting thinking that he's going to be uber dovish. So I'm still, and it's not a consensus, but I'm still leaning towards the surprise that he would say something a little more dovish.
Okay. Is anyone tempted to fade the dollar after this bounce?
Uh, yeah, it's do we will we have time to fade this, or do you want to do
Yeah.
it ahead? If he says nothing, or even if he says like now we're moving away, because he could talk on inflation. He will probably talk on inflation as well, but will
Yeah.
it change something to the flexible target? That's the other question, and that may be even a bigger mover. Whether he makes it more flexible and opens the door to rate cuts even if inflation stays sticky, or if he pins it, on the other hand, and that's the other thing I read, to 2%, which means that where inflation is now, no way that they are cutting. And that may be a very, very bullish declaration if he uh, really sticks inflation firmly to 2%. So yeah, there's a few variations possible. So in short, I'm not going to front run much today.
Okay. You guys were talking about the rand
Yeah.
early, and when we were down here, and all we did
Mm,
was the rally here.
mm,
Now it's even more vulnerable. I mean, I don't see this triple bottom holding here,
yeah,
but
possible.
so yeah, so that
There was
looks
a
kind
little
of
half positive news that South Africa would be opening their railways to the private manufacturers and privateers, private companies. maybe that's something that has played a role today. But I'm still in rand mix. I mean, it's not dollar rand, so
Yeah. I think EG looks very good after this move.
mm,
All we're getting is these little tight consolidation
yeah.
candles.
Mm.
So, this is something because it's not directional that could work pretty good because, this could work if the dollar's strong or weak, right? Um, so EG, I'd say is one of the better looking charts here
It's
for new highs.
my only position on the board right now, ahead of this because ahead of this event, just because I took all my dollars off and I even took
Yeah,
my Euro Swiss off, which I didn't really want to, but if Powell comes in and just is just not as dovish as the market expects, and even maybe slightly interpreted as hawkish. I mean, we could see, risk assets come under a little bit of pressure, and I don't think that's going to affect the euro pound in a positive light, typically speaking.
yeah,
I put an asterisk there, but the euro Swiss would actually sell off, and that's one that I've been running for the last month, and
yeah,
I'm like, I don't mind putting it back on,
yeah. So, all
after.
right, all right. So let's take a look at S&Ps, and this is still the big number, the low that we had the other day, 50. We couldn't take it out there, so we get an ABC first, or is this a launch pad for a new high, which would give us a three drive, 1, 2, and 3. But do not be long this market under 3.5. That's one thing I can say for sure.
You know what
Uh,
looks scary, Dale? I mean,
what?
just it goes along with what you're saying. Take a look at Bitcoin and
Oh
look at the
yeah,
112,000 level. We're
yeah,
literally sitting on it, right. We're about ready to break it actually at this moment.
yeah,
And I mean, that's the what I call the line in the sand. It's the breakout point. It's the previous all-time
yeah.
highs. And
Right.
we're sitting there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go over to a
Yeah.
daily chart.
Yeah. I mean, the Bitcoin gave a tell for
Hey Dale,
potential
wait,
market.
wait, wait.
Go.
Can you stop real quick while you're on your chart? Don't even move that. Don't even move. Okay, see next to the 4 hour, hit the star next to it. Whoops, shit. Go click that 4 hour again.
Okay.
Go to the 4 hour, hit star. Now go to the 1 hour, hit the star.
So the 1 hour.
Yep, hit the star. Nope, nope.
So,
There. Look to the right. Yep, click the star. There you go. Now go down the 4 hour, click the star. Scroll down. Yeah, keep scrolling. No, scroll down and go to the daily, hit the star and hit the week on the star.
okay.
Now put your chart back up. Now, yeah, just unclick all that stuff. Just you don't have to unclick the star. Just yeah, there you go. Now look at the top. You have 1, 4 daily and weekly. So you don't have to keep doing that.
Oh. Oh well. Okay. Thank you so
Makes your life
much.
a little easier.
Oh, okay. Good. I appreciate it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah. So I'm hearing 103, Blake, from a lot of technicians.
104 is the 104 one. I think it's 104,200 is the 618. So that makes, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, it's right around there. I think that makes sense. This is that's what would take us to 618. I have to go look in my chart. But anyway,
So yesterday I turned constructive gold. It was a good trade on half and BE on the other half, and I have been recommitted to it. This is not the kind of action I thought we'd see after yesterday, and they're really getting on silver. The market's acting like he's going to be not going to give even breadcrumbs away. I think that's why the metals are under pressure and why currencies aren't bouncing. Anyway, that does also, one day it looks good, the next day it doesn't. Gold, same thing, actually, is take.
Exactly.
Go ahead, bud.
No, exactly as you say. I mean, it doesn't look like much. That the underside of that traffic zone is still holding in gold, and but we can't make any top. Today is going to be an interesting one for gold, I think. whether it's up or down. And obviously, we need to look at the yields and things. But there is one potential outcome that I'm just keeping into account. I haven't traded it at all, but that is if he is coming out dovish and looking at geopolitics right now, this Ukraine Russia stuff is going absolutely nowhere. On the contrary, they are hitting each other harder every day. Especially Russia again was sending in an enormous amount of drones again. Imagine that it's just a scenario that I'm imagining that Powell goes a bit on the surprise dovish side. Will the market not all of a sudden remember, oh, yeah, that crap is still ongoing in the war as well, and send gold back up to at least 33 three quarters, even maybe 3,400, you know?
Yeah, that'll be a breakout over 380.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's the
it's
bull
just,
case.
yeah, I don't trade it right now, but it's just something that I keep in mind. I think gold could be a big, quite a big mover today.
Okay. Anyway, right now you just have to have a bias and you're probing it because I don't know. Yesterday I thought we'd break out to the upside. Today
Mm,
I think we could, maybe
yeah, it was.
if the dollar's real and we're going to 102, gold's not going to 33.80. It's going to, 31.80.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's there's so much position adjustments going on going into Jackson Hole. It was well, I didn't think we were going to break either side. But this afternoon anything can happen. And also, let's not forget that not only today is it's going to move, but what Powell says, if it's important enough, could be the direction for the next week or so.
You know it.
And
Go ahead,
actually,
buddy.
I'm gonna just take your charts really quick, Dale, because
Yeah,
I want to
go, buddy.
show. I'm gonna accentuate what K-Man's saying here. And K-Man, you can expand. You guys can expand on this, but this is going to be the real key, right? I mean, if you're looking at interest rate pricing, and this
Yeah.
is right here is where this is what's going to matter. I mean, there's a
Dot plots.
well, yeah, there's a 71% chance that we get a cut.
It's been
Come,
screwed back already, huh?
yeah,
We were up in the 90s at one stage, huh?
yeah, actually, Chris Weston said it was 110% like 2 weeks ago,
Mm.
but
Wow.
it has. But how about if this number comes down to, you know, 20%, 30%. And then we're completely dependent on jobs report, PCE next week. We have another inflation
Oops.
read,
N-
CPI. I mean,
Nvidia's earnings is going to be bigger than all of those.
yeah, well,
You
Okay.
know,
yeah, and Nvidia's got. I mean, I was talking with this with Chris Weston last night as far as Nvidia, like the projected volatility is 5%. So if
that's
you
understood.
factor that in, its weighting into the S&P, you're probably talking if it moves 5%, we're going to shave off, or add
Right.
close to 1%,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
either direction, guys, just on
Yeah.
Nvidia alone. So.
Yeah. So, 1 minute could change it, the earnings next week. So, maybe you take partials if we go down um, before earnings, and you maybe only leave half of your options on. I mean, puts are working, so you can make some money before the earnings and get out of the way. Because I've been on both sides of the coin. It's just like another binary event. Um, but I like that one. There you go. 54.90 is the prior high. That's- I mean, that's just reasonable. I don't even know if that's 38%. So, halfway, I mean, went from what, 85, $100 would be more like in the 130 range, 35. There you go. Um, Possible. I think that whatever happens, that if there is weakness, this will be weaker than the market, just like it was stronger than the market when the market was going up. This will have additional weakness in it. So, we're going through this thing where people are going to question the AI trade for a couple days and then get right back on it. So,
Yeah.
that's all I think it is.
All right. Well,
We're,
it is going to be a big deal next week. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, K man, we don't have Ryan here today, or he was with you guys earlier.
Yeah, he was in this morning, but I think he's going up to London this afternoon.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know he
What,
was. I didn't know he
which
was
pub?
disappearing.
Which pub?
Oh, several.
Oh, he does a route, huh? All right.
Yeah,
Hey, so if just a reminder, Chair Powell, he's going to be speaking at 8 o'clock. That's Mountain, so
Mountain Time.
that's in hour and 40 minutes. The title and Jim Welsh, I met with Jim yesterday, as I do on Thursdays. Dale, sorry.
Yeah,
He mentioned that to the title is labor markets in transition, demographics, productivity, and macroeconomic policy.
yeah.
And he believes that the Fed chair is not going to open the door for
And he's
and he's just because there's too much data between now and then,
okay.
between next month's meeting, which makes sense. I mean, but the fact of the matter is that I still think that might be a disappointment in the market. But there's the other thing is, you have to look at. I think that K-Man makes a great point. Gold's going to move regardless, and gold's going to be our guide. I use that for FX today. Obviously, the inverse relationship should be like
Yeah,
literally perfect today in gold and the dollar. So if gold is selling off, the dollar's rallying, or vice versa. That's like going to be pretty key for me. I'm going to cue off of what's happening in gold, and gold, as you guys can tell, we're poised. We're poised right in the middle of a range. You can see it very clearly. It's and it's 3,400 to 3,270. I mean, you're right smack dab in the middle. Because we're gonna be either at the lower end or the upper end of the range after today. I mean,
Mhm.
that's what's going to happen. And obviously, if you use Forex Analytics, you know those are the levels. Those are the levels we've been looking at very clearly. And uh, so what gold does, you just have to imagine you're going to get the opposite in the dollar. So you could probably argue that the dollar's range is somewhere in between here. And so I would use gold as your guide. Bitcoin's going to be a tell. I mean, because if Bitcoin starts breaking through, let's just call it, I mean, we're below 112,000 right now. We start breaking below 110,000. It's risk off. The dollar is strengthening. Gold's coming off. I mean,
yeah.
it all should work pretty yeah,
Correlated.
yeah, correlated today. What do you say about that, Kay?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to speak about Bitcoin and crypto, but nah, I'm still not on board trading anything in that. Yeah, but the rest, yes, it's because there's a part which is going to be dollars and then a part which is going to be risk. And if indeed gold sells off, that would in turn mean that we are in a potentially, well, I mean, if the dollar is beat, okay, I mean, that may be risk off as well. But uh, gold is going to be at least an instrument that I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on. But then for risk as such, I would look at maybe the yen for a change, because we have seen those yen pairs, especially the crosses, they've been so big of late
Yeah.
that if risk gets really hit, that may be where there's going to be also a pretty decent move there. And inversely, if he says something dovish and risk is quite big, I think those yen pairs are going to absolutely squeeze higher again. Um, that is the other thing that I'm looking at. But yeah, gold should be a good barometer in any case. Uh,
Yeah,
rest, I don't have much more to say. I kind of and I'm voluntarily playing a little bit the devil's advocate because people say, oh, everybody's hoping for rate cuts or whatever. Whatever I've been seeing of late is that everybody is saying, no, it's impossible that they cut rates because the data are not supposed to cut rates. So that to me puts the surprise trade of the day actually back into the weaker side. But in theory, he should not be dovish, right? On the data.
yeah. Sorry, I just I just realized that I just got hit on a bid. If you're in the Forex Analytics chat room and you're in the trades room, you know exactly what I just got hit on. I forgot I had an order out there. Whoops.
Let me
Well,
let
at
me
least I
get
have an hour and a half to manage it, so
Yeah.
we got that much, right?
Never, you know what I was taught because I ran a trade desk and we got orders from brokers all over the country.
Uh-huh.
Never trade an error.
an error.
Yeah,
Oh,
like yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, it's
an
not an
error
error.
like
It's not.
you dupe an order, or you really didn't mean to get long. You forgot you had an order out there, and you don't trade it. Some people feel, well, I'm in, I'll see what it does, but that certainly wasn't your plan. So I was trained to get out right away on
so
things.
Dale, you know, I couldn't agree with you more. Some people may know this story that happened to me. You know, I get up when it's, you know, 3 o'clock hour. It was so
Yeah,
dark. I was trading for Gelos at the time, and you know, I turned on my computer. I had my flashlight. I put my flashlight by my desk because my dog was really sick at the time, and I needed to make sure I didn't, you know,
yeah,
stumble into
disturb
anything
them.
I didn't want to. Anyway, my flashlight fell over onto my keyboard and I bought 30 million Aussie dollar.
Wow.
And yeah, I got a call from my office, like literally like within about a minute, that like, Blake, do you know you're long 30 million Aussie? And I'm like, yeah, because as soon as that executed, I was down $2,700 in the spread. And I was like, no, I didn't mean to do that. And he's like, get out of it. And I tried to trade out of it. I lost 30 grand within the next 30 minutes. So
Boy, you have war.
ruined my month
Yeah.
completely. So
All
yeah,
right, so there's a
yeah.
lesson, guys, because I know everyone, we all have mental lapses, and that can happen. But it's not a planned trade, and then plus you're under the gun because maybe, like in Blake's case, it was obscene quantity. But don't trade it and try and work out of it. Just immediately go to the market and get out, take the
Mhm.
hit. In some cases, you'll actually make money. But
Yeah, if
it
you're
can
lucky,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, it can happen. But
It happened to me not that long ago actually when I traded silver, and that was the last time silver traded on a 22 handle. From there on, we ran it $15, but I
our
was a
best.
little bit I forgot to put a, a comma in my amount, so I bought it absolutely for a retail trader obscene amount of silver that day. But luckily, that didn't cost money. But no,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
despite.
I'm glad
er,
that came up because you know what? If one person who's hearing our voice either now or on the recording or on X gets that lesson before they experience these things, or maybe they've made the mistake once. This is how you don't make that mistake. You just get out at the market, don't price it, just, you know, consider it a mistake. You can't drive a taxi cab without getting a ticket every once in a while.
That's a great
Okay.
point, Dale. That's a great point. And oh wait, we have Canadian retail sales. Sorry guys, I'm gonna just
Oh, okay. I
end
bought a
this.
bottle.
Uh,
I'll use my usual. I
oh,
bought a bottle of Crown Royal last night. So they should be pretty good. It was really your birthday present, but I can't part with the with
You
the
know what? I
sad bag.
just got a bottle of Crown Royal Peach for my birthday from
Wow. How
Yeah,
is it?
just literally a couple of days ago, and it's freaking just delicious.
Mm,
So, hey, retail sales is out. Just you can see the
yeah.
data flash right
Up.
here.
Yeah.
Um, it's a beat on the core, but you would expect that, because people are forced to buy certain crap, and then because of inflationary pressures in Canada due to tariffs, core retail
Absolutely
sales.
zero impact. Zero.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
someone told me that
none.
Trump is long a bunch of bonds. He's long bonds. I don't know where they got that information, but
Why
he's
he
long.
wants rates lower? There is some logic in there, but
Yeah, yeah. So he's long bonds. So
Well, Well, with that being said, I'm gonna. It's Friday. We have an hour and a half until the Fed chair takes the podium. I'm gonna suggest that everybody take heed of what Dale said today. I'm living proof that if you have an error, you trade out of it immediately. That was the second time that's happened to me in my career, where
yeah,
I bought an obscene amount of anything, and by not trading out of it immediately, cost me a lot of money. So it's important. You accidentally make a trade, like Dale said, if you're a taxi cab driver in New York and you're going to have accidents.
yeah,
When you're trading, you are going to make an error. Don't try to be a hero. Just get out of it and say, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Let's, not,
yeah.
just get out of it quick.
It's not a trade. It's an error.
Yeah, it is an error. And sometimes you like K-Man said, you get lucky, and like he did with silver.
Yeah,
Shit, I could have had a $30,000 gain on that 30 million Aussie trade, but instead I traded out of it with a 10 pip loss and lost,
yeah, yeah.
$30,000. So,
Well,
you know,
veterans, huh? We all had so many war stories. We ought to do an episode with all of us, since most of us have been around quite a while, and entitle it "War Stories."
yeah, there we go. I
The
have a good one
people
trading
would
at the desk.
love that, to hear the war stories. Anyway, what do you want to do? You want to say goodbye to everyone, and
Yeah, it's Friday,
but
man. It's
all
Friday.
right,
Yeah, wait. Let me end up with a couple of things, and then K-Man,
okay.
and Dale, you guys have a couple thoughts before we go. Three things. So first of all, if you haven't taken advantage of the sale, you have an hour and a half to take
Oh, it's coming
the
off, huh? All right.
40%. Well, no, you have an hour and a half to get in the chat room with us.
Oh, okay.
So you got 40% off, lock in your discount, go back to 2019 prices. You'll be grandfathered in from there. And be in the chat room with us as we're navigating through Jackson Hole. Also, the 25th, which is starting on Monday. If you guys are interested in trader funding program or getting funded, we're gonna have a 30% off. Check your emails because it's went out with the newsletter this morning. Anybody that gets our newsletter just got the update that it's a 30% off any trader funding program. And it's an assessment, whether you're doing an assessment or you're going into live just instant funding. 30% off up until the first. So basically, all of next week, you're going to have we have a 30% off sale. So take advantage of that. These sales don't come around very often. Last time was May, maybe May,
Yeah,
several months
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So and that's another way you can access Forex Analytix. And then last but not least, I'm just going to say it again: be watching Bitcoin and gold. I think it's going to help guide your dollar trades today. Following Fed chair. So, K-Man, you have any last minute things?
um, no, not in particular. As I said, I mean, it's probably if he's taking enough of one side of the white line, because we know that he usually likes to walk both sides of it. But if he takes enough of a side, it could be not limited to today's move, but moves for the week to come.
Yeah, I actually think that if we get a decent move today, I think there's going to be follow through into early next
Yeah,
week too. So
yeah, I think so. On either
yeah,
side.
yeah,
Mm,
on either side, I agree with that.
yeah.
Dale?
Yeah, not market wise, but everyone talks about the thousands of hours of screen time that's necessary for you to develop into a professional trader. So, screen time, I mainly had my screen time on my own, but I know that my learning curve would have been sped up if I'd put in the same amount of time with my screen, but had in the background or being able to communicate with a bunch of traders that are already successful at pulling money out of the market and live on it. Okay, so that's a big advantage. So you have to do the screen time, but what's the music you have playing in the background? Okay, uh, check out the Forex Analytix music between all the traders. You see a taste of it here on Face, how we interact and how many ideas fly that we don't even know that uh, before the show, some of the things that we're even going to cover. Okay, and it's not planned, it's spontaneous. And so being in a room where people are planning things and you're doing your screen time at the same time, you'll get your learning curve will speed up dramatically. I guaranteed that. So that's what I have to say. And just be careful. There's no law you have to do anything today. You could go to the beach. You could go enjoy a long summer weekend. Wait for the dust to settle, see what happens into early next week. I can guarantee this too. The markets will be here Monday. Make sure your equity is.
Love it.
All
Love it,
right.
Dale.
All right, guys. So, great week. Hey, man. Talk to you every day.
Thank
Uh,
you,
lot
Dale.
lot of pearls, enough pearls from K-Man this week to string a necklace for June Cleaver. And I know I've dated myself. You guys don't know who June Cleaver is, but she always wore a pearl necklace. And Brian did a great job. Greg was here. Really did we're doing our best for you and giving you our best during F.A.C.E for free. You want to say thank you? We've helped you become a part of us. And that's going to be a wrap. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings, everybody. Have a great weekend. I think college football starts this
This weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in Nirvana. So anyway, I don't care what Powell says because college ball is back. But trade well. There should be some great opportunities to react to this.
Hey, Dale,
And
I don't know if I told you this. I'm going to Ole Miss Washington State game
at Old Miss,
at Ole Miss.
that'll be fun, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's
They have a good. They always have a good team.
it's a bucket list item for a lot of people, and I'm fortunate enough to have a kid going there, so
Yeah.
I'm going.
See,
Yeah,
see, enjoy
thanks, man.
his. So that's it, everyone.
Hotty toddy.
Yeah, I hope you guys had a decent week. And if you didn't, remember this: you were able to risk it. Okay, so many people can't even imagine risking, 5, 10,000, um, a day in the market. They wish they had 5,000 in the bank to pay their rent and their grocery bill. So no feeling sorry for yourself if you're in this game. You know what you've taken on. And you fortunately, obviously, you have capital to do it. And you're not making a decision between your prescription medicine and specking in the Canadian dollar. Okay. So that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll do it again. We've been doing this for, 10 years now, I believe, on Face. So a decade of helping people and planting good seed. And that's how you bring in a good crop, by planting good seed. All right, Golda, nice to meet you. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Blake. Happy birthday, buddy.
Cheers,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Have a great birthday weekend. If you're like me and your birthday falls around the weekend, the whole weekend's your birthday. not just today, the whole weekend. All right, so see everyone. Adios.
Thanks, Coach.
See you, Scott. All right.
Thanks
Vlad.
everybody for the
See.
birthday wishes. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.